Hello everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm coming to you live from Indian Trail, North Carolina. This is Jen with Jen's Creative Stampers. And I have some really fun projects to share with y'all today. I know that I'm coming to you live very early. Normally I come to you live at 7 o'clock. But today there are two special football games, and I figured that everyone else would also want to watch those like myself. So I am starting a little early. And if you're watching, just say hi. Let me know that you're here. And I am going to point you down. Let me get my computer set up here. Hi, Judy. How are you? Good to see you. All right. Let me go ahead and get this set up and we'll get started. Okay. Hopefully you can see my hands, yeah? And my desktop. So, I am going to be featuring the Bright Skies bundle. The Sunny Days paper, just so pretty, along with the Everyday Details dies. And these are out of the new Spring Mini. And the paper is free. So when you get the bundle, if you want to get the Bright Skies bundle or something else that you like, you're going to be able to choose this paper for free. So very exciting. So let me go ahead and show you the paper real quick so you can see what you would be getting. Now I have been using this paper like crazy, but you can tell what's in it just by flipping through. There's some cherries, some sunrises or sunsets, right? Some poppy flowers, butterflies here in the yellow, strawberries, rainbows, some real pretty petal pink, and some shaded spruce flowers, some more poppies, some clouds, all kinds of fun things. The dies actually cut this out, and I'll show you exactly how that works. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'll put this down. All right, so the first card we're gonna make is this cute little card. It features, like I said, the Everyday Details dies here. Now these are very different from what we've had in the past. These create the dots all the way around, and it really integrates well with our paper, our designer series paper, and it just gives some really nice details along with this very interesting kind of, what do you call that? I don't even know what you call that. Hey Sandy, thanks for watching. And then you also get the circle. So it's just really different. I love it. So I'll show you that in action. So here we go. Let me see if I can turn this, if that's better. Is that better, turning my light brightness down? Crisscross. Yeah, that's exactly it. Okay, so if it should be brighter, let me know that. What we're going to do is we're starting with a piece of crushed curry, and I have just cut it and scored it. And again, this is a free card class with a $50 order using this host code 4FF7XH9B. You will get this card kit for free. Okay, you can buy anything that you want. You can buy the bundle that I'm showing you. You can restock papers. The benefit is you're also going to get the free celebration item that you choose. So that is a win-win. So just keep that in mind. I'll send it right to your house free of charge. But in order to get the free kit, I have to know that you ordered, and I see it when you order on that host code. Okay, so what I have here, this is a piece of, I used a sweet sorbet on this. Or did I use, no, Poppy Parade. This actually is featured with the Poppy Parade that matches here. So this is a piece of Poppy Parade. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the Details dies, and we're going to basically just center that here, okay? And all the dimensions will be on your PDF when you get it. I've already gone ahead, you can see it here. I've already cut this out just to save some time. And then I have a white piece, basic white, the same exact size as the Poppy Parade. And the whole idea is to get these holes to show through when you die cut it. So let me pull this monstrosity out, and I'm just going to line it up here. You can see hopefully on the screen. And I do have some tape here. You can use washi tape, post-it note, or any kind of tape that just doesn't stick too much, and just run it through. And that gives you a really nice border. And this die is awesome because it also cuts out another rectangle for you to use. So I'm going to put that over to the side. We can use that on another card. Okay. That's another reason I love these dies, because it's, you run it through one time and then you get, you know, the extra one to use on another card. Okay. So I'm going to, because this has holes, I use liquid glue. I am just going to put a little bit of glue here all the way around, not enough to squish out, right? You want to use just very light amount. How are you guys doing today? How's your day? You guys all... Judy, have you recovered? Did you get enough sleep last night? I've had a whirlwind of 2 days. I know it was a ton of fun, which just makes it all so worth it. So we go ahead and layer this up, right? I don't want the white to show on the edges. Well, he's not cooperating with me. But that's another benefit of the liquid glue, right? Is we're able to kind of move that around and get it exactly where we want it. And then I'm going to take this piece that I already die cut ahead of time, and I'm going to put some glue on that. I am going to pay special attention to get the glue on the inside of those little dots, because I don't want this to lift. So that is uber important, and it just layers right inside. And again, this was done using this die. This one right here is how I cut that one out, okay? If you don't have these yet, you're gonna wanna get them. They're awesome. I would love to see Stampin' Up! Holds these over. I know a lot of us demonstrators have really been loving those. So, and then I also incorporated some of this really awesome, again, it's free in the Celebration catalog. It's the Pool Party Crinkle Ribbon, and it's kind of thicker, it's whiter, but I wanted to incorporate it. So what I did, so I just kind of laid it out, right? Cut it off here, and glue dots are your friend. So I just took a couple of glue dots and adhered this down where I wanted it. Probably should be using my take your pick tool, but my scissors were closer. You get how it is. And then I'm just going to glue that, stretch it out, glue it straight. And I'm going to stick another glue dot actually in the middle, because what I don't want to do, I want it to give it some, you know, definition and some just, it gives it a little bit of height too, like where we normally would use our dimensionals. It actually gives us that by using this ribbon, which is, I thought was really cool. So I'm going to take the back of this and I'm going to put my dimensionals. I have the end of this sheet. Make sure you use all the outer edges because they work just as well. Sometimes better because they're smaller, right? So you can use them in little small areas. Okay. And you guys are going to love the cards that I have for you today. I actually have, Judy will appreciate this, I have a shaker card to show y'all, and I have a really fun gatefold card. So stick around. I have 3 cards in total, so we'll do those. And I wanted to, like I said, do it before the games actually got going. I know that this will probably run into the first game, but that's okay. That's all right. All right, and so then I went ahead and cut this label out of the what is this called? The stitched detailed dies or whatever. I can't remember the name. I'm terrible with the names. And I'm going to use that with the shaded spruce just to carry out that awesome green tone. So let me go ahead and get that here. And it is the brighter skies are on their way. Let's do this. I'm going to ink this up here. All right. It's right in there. Fits perfectly. Okay. All right. And if you're watching this on the replay, let me know that you watched it. Say, hey, how's it going? Let me know which one is your favorite. Okay, so again, I'm going to get my glue dots because it's going to stick to this ribbon. And I'm going to put one in the end. Who are you guys rooting for the football games today? Or are you even watching? That's the question. Okay, so I'm going to just lay this down. And it gives some really nice dimension. And now that I know where the edges of my card are, I'm just going to cut that off there. And cut that off there. And there is your first card. Isn't that fun with the pool party rainbows? I love that. So that is card number 1. And card number 2 is going to be fun. I'm going to get my dies out. And this is card number 2. This is a shaker card. And it's a cloud that's cut out, and then we have the elements here as well. So all of those fun elements are our loose silver sequins. Item number is 161626, and they're in the annual catalog. But they're really fun. They're silver and almost like, some of them are clear, but they're like silvery. So super pretty. So we'll use those. I'm going to make sure you get the lid back on, because if not, that would be a disaster and a half. Holy smokes, that would be a disaster. There we go. This doesn't want to close that well for me. So what we're going to do, I've already pre-cut, like I said. You're going to use our window sheets, which there you can see it. I've cut that out at 5 by 3 3/4. So I'll lay that up here. I cut a piece of our designer series paper. That's the cherries on the one side. It kind of looks like rain. Does to me anyway. And that's 5 by 4 or 5 1/4 by 4. And then a piece of thick basic white. And what I'm doing is I am giving the designer series paper a little bit more like structure, because the paper is really thin, right? And so I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive around the edge. And there's also a dual purpose for this, which you will see. So we're going to take this, line it up, and it matches perfectly. It's what you want. Hi, Amy. Happy Sunday. Good to see you. Thanks for watching. Okay. So there's that. And then we have a piece for the inside. This is basic white. It's 5 1/4 by 4. Set that aside. And then I have the actual card base itself that is basic white also. Yes, so this actually will be on, is that right? Let me see. Let me just show you the card. So here is the front shaker card, all the fun things like it's raining, right? So fun. Then you open it up, you brighten my cloudy days in the crushed curry. Maybe I don't need this right now. We'll just set that up to the side. We'll figure it out. So I have these scrap and then the yellow, the crushed curry that goes behind it, okay? So let me just show you how this shaker card, how we put it together. First and foremost, to explain some of the dies, you have some really cool cloud dies that actually are all stitched. I don't know if you can see that. And then you have some cloud kind of like edges that would actually create different edges of clouds. Large raindrops, small raindrops, a couple different lightning bolts. You have the sun, which coordinates with the stamp, and then you can actually do like another circle, like whether it be orange or whatever on the center and pop that up, some flowers and different things. So it's a really fun set. I have been playing with this most of the week and I'm loving it. So we went ahead and glued this together. Again, this has the thick white on the back and the designer series paper on the front. I am just going to center that. And I'm going to bring my die cutting machine back in, and we are going to line this up so it's in the middle, right, top and bottom, and stick that right down, run it through. Okay. All right, here we go. So what we end up with are 2 pieces of the, a little bit of glue on that, cloud. And we're going to use that on our next card. Okay, let's get that out of the way. All righty. So what we're going to do now is we are going to prepare the card front. Let me show you the card again. We're going to prepare the card front for adding the shaker pieces on the middle. And how we do that is we have Stampin' Up! Sells foam and adhesive strips. The item number is 141825. These are awesome. You can bend them, you can cut them, you can connect them. So you just take a strip, okay? And how I'm going to put this on my card, you want to know which side you want up and which side you want down. That is very important when you're placing your adhesive strip, because you do not want these fun little things to fall out. So what I do is I literally take it around the bottom as one strip, right? And then I'm going to add, uh-oh, I just forgot. Sorry, pause, time out. I need my little strip. My, see, even things go wrong on a live all the time, and it's all good. So let me just cut that off because we're not going to see that, but we're going to clean it up. So what I need to do first, I'm sorry, I skipped a step. I need to add this window sheet. So we sell, Stampin' Up! Sells these awesome window sheets here, and you just cut it to the size that you want. If you're here, hi Chelsea, good seeing you. Hi Cassie, hi Lynn, good to see y'all. I was just so into this little card that I did not even pay attention what I'm doing. So I am adding adhesive, and again, I use liquid adhesive. You can use whatever you want, whatever you're more comfortable with. And I have cut this so that it goes over top of my cloud. Okay. And I'm just going to press it down very lightly so that it gets a good seal. Might have added a little too much adhesive. It really squishes down in there. Can you guys see that? Hopefully so. I'm going to get a, let me use some of this. I have some scrap in my little trash can. I'm going to just squish this out and get the sticky off. There we go. If it oozes out, it just comes onto this here. All right, now we are ready. So here we go. This is my bottom, this is my top, right? So here we are. Now we have the actual window sheet in here. And a pro tip is to take your embossing buddy that you have and actually run it over. So like those places where it's like still a little bit sticky, where my glue kind of squished out, I'm going to kind of add some. You can also do baby powder for this. A lot of us carry the baby powder in our little to-go crafting kits, which are always a great idea because it just takes those areas that are sticky and it makes them non-sticky. So it's just really good, very easy. But what this does too for your shaker card is that it literally will de-static this window sheet, which is very, very clingy, right? So when you get your little pieces in there, you want them to slide up and down, and that allows it to actually do so instead of sticking or clinging to that window sheet. Okay, now we are ready for our strip. All right, let me try that again, y'all. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. So again, when I was starting before, I was mentioning that you don't want these to come out, obviously. But this is actually sticky on both sides. So I want to make sure that I am keeping everything in one piece as far as this little sticky strip for my bottom. Now, I know that one strip is not going to do it, so that's why I made one going on the bottom. And then I will grab another one for the top. It's less likely to fall out of the top than it is the bottom, obviously. So that's the method to my madness and my thinking behind that. So I'm just going to add that there, keep going around, and voila. And then I'm just going to snip it. All right. I'm going to kind of tuck that in there so that it matches perfectly, and then I can use that rest of that strip later on my next craft project. Okay, so there we go. So that is the front of our card. All right, so oh, I know this is what it was for. My basic white. Duh, I need to stamp it. I wanted to stamp underneath that, so that's what we're going to use this for. So let's get started on that, and then we will bring it all together. Okie doke. So I have Smoky Slate. Get that up there for you. And I had Pool Party. So let me grab it again. It's right here. And what we are going to do, I have some also scratch paper that I'm going to use to stamp off a little bit because we don't want everything so intense, but we want to see the color, right? Get that card front out of the way. All right, so we have some really, really awesome clouds in this bundle. And I'm going to take this big cloud and I'm going to mount it onto this block. This is a great block. This is block letter E, is an echo. That's sign language for E. And then I'm going to get this little cloud. It's like a little rain cloud. That's what it reminds me of with the lines. And I'm going to mount it onto a D block like David. Okay. And then lastly, we've got this really awesome rain stamp. You can see it really easy right here, that rain stamp. and we're going to mount it onto a D block as well. Yeah, okay, so there we go. So we're going to start with this large cloud, and we are going to ink it up in Smoky Slate. Now this would be one that I don't want it super intense. So I'm going to stamp off, give it a huff. Y'all remember that? My senior stampers. That's how we used to always do all the time. Crazy. We were crazy. Okay, so there we go. Keeps it moist after you stamp off is all it does. And then I'm going to take the smaller one and I'm going to ink it up into Pool Party. Pool Party is fairly light, so I'm just going to stamp right onto my card. All right. And now I'm going to ink up my Rain. I'm going to stamp off, and I'm going to get this going all the way down. I'm not overlapping the stamp, but I am kind of adjoining them. This stamp is designed so that you can do that very easily. And I'm not going to take the Rain all the way to the left and right edges. As you can tell, I kind of left the left and right edge blank without stamping. So, because our edge is going to be covering that, so it doesn't really matter. We don't need it. Okay, so now that we have that, that is going to be, get this out of the way for a moment. So if you line it up, you can see exactly how that's going to go down, okay? So if you'd like, we can line this up on one of our, got some of that powder here. There we go. And we are going to now add some of our loose silver sequins. We're going to add it here, because we're going to then take the sticky off of the front cloud that we cut out and put our strips on. And we are going to undo those. Remember which one's your top and which one is your bottom. And you're literally just going to lay that on. And it should fit on there perfectly. Get those kind of spread out a little bit. I can tell a big difference in that static effect, and it's not really that staticky, so that's good. It means our embossing buddy worked well, right? Any questions? You guys good? There we go. Isn't that so fun? And it stuck all around. So cool. Okay, now let me show you this. So this, again, this is your free paper with a $50 order. And this piece, I'm going to show you both sides because on our next card, we're going to use the other side. So do you see this? These dies fit on this paper. Stampin' Up, I love them. They always are great at coordination. Fantastic at thinking ahead of the game for us. Even this die here, the solid die, you cut out this cloud, that cloud, this cloud. It cuts all of these out, so you get all of those, right? So what better way to use up all your DSP and coordinate in such a way that is awesome. So what I did, well, before I show you what I did, the other side of this paper, look how cool that is. So you literally, if you're a scrapbooker, you've got this awesome layout that you can do just really so many fun things. I love, love, love this paper. So what we're going to do on our next card, I mentioned since we cut these out, we're going to use these on our next card. And we're going to use this back side of the other sheet that I cut out, which is this one. Do you see how I just cut it all up? So I still have some clouds on the back here that I could cut out of my dies, or I could use that really fun clouds that's kind of like ombre. See how it goes, it fades down. I think that would be a really cool card front too. So you have options, but I just wanted to point that out and show you. I love this pack of paper. It's so fun. And the dies and the stamp set, fabulous. I love it. So these are the ones that I cut out ahead of time. And what we're gonna do, look at those. Aren't those awesome clouds? I actually stamped that one. And I even cut out the cloud from the edge of the paper. Don't forget those, because those are fun to use as well. And here's another one that I cut out and I stamped. So we have, and I also cut out a sun. This is out of our crushed curry that goes with it. So I'm going to just take a couple of these dies and I'm going to lay this out on our card front. I think I'm just going to use, let's just use this, right? Because I don't want to cover it up. I think that's good. You guys like that? That way you can still see the shakers really well. And then literally you can just use glue dots, or you can use adhesive, whatever your adhesive of choice is. And lay that down. And here. Let's see. Spin that around. All right, and then lastly, we're going to stick down this cool stormy cloud. All right, so that's our card front, y'all. Do you like that? This was my first one. This is the one we're still working on. So what I'm also going to do, since I'm still working with our little sequence, I'm going to just put a couple of dots, small dots. You don't want this to glob out, so be careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How about that? That's a good odd number, right? And then you're going to bring in your, I'm so glad, Chelsea. So fun. I love shaker cards, but I never do them. Just never do them. I don't know why. You take your pick tool and you literally just stick them down. It's so easy to get them onto your putty end. And there's different sizes in here. And it just really adds something to the card front. Oops, that one got upside down. Let's throw him away. We'll get a different one. There we go. Catches the light when it's right side up. Super, super pretty. There's a little teeny tiny one right there. I think he's upside down too. Little guy. I'm gonna get a different one. All right. Let's try again, Jen. All right, here's one. Looks like he's right side up. And is that it? Got another one stuck to my, let's see, 1, 2, here he is. There we go. Yay! There we go. And let those dry. And they will just accent the card as well. This little lid does not want to go down. Good gravy. Okay, so that's the front of the card. The actual card base here, we are going to also stamp that, and that's going to be fun. We'll let that dry for a moment. We're going to open up the card. We will take our large cloud stamp, right? I'm going to use, I think on the inside, I'm going to use Pool Party. and ink it up really good. I think that my ink may need to be, my pad may need to be re-inked a little bit. But nonetheless, it's very light, right? I love Pool Party. So you can go direct to paper. You don't have to stamp off unless you want it. Maybe your pad's really, really juicy. Mine's really not that juicy. So we do that. And then, let's see what else we need to do. I have this scrap white along with the crushed curry. So I'm going to take my crushed curry ink pad. That is a brand spanking new pad too. And I'm going to stamp "You Brighten My Cloudy Days." Do you guys like shaker cards? You guys like to do them, or you feel like they're too much work? Honestly, if you have these little sticky strips, these foam adhesive strips make your life so easy. That and the embossing buddy, so easy. And I'm just going to stamp this down to my scrap white. And then I will use my die cutting machine rather. And I'm going to use this smaller die, again, from the details, the Everyday Details dies. Right, and I'm just going to cut that out so the holes will shine through. Let me back this out. Just get that lined up real good, however you want it. And anytime you have a square die, I don't know about you guys, I always tell my team and my customers, send it through at a diagonal, and it doesn't sound like it's going to like crunch the whole thing in half, right? Doesn't sound like it's breaking. Okay. It's just a little pro tip. It seems to be easier on your machine. Don't think it would break, but I don't know. My last Big Shot, like that's how I broke my Big Shot. It finally, after 15 years, was like, I'm done. I sent it through. I didn't turn it any, and it was, buddy, it was done. So, all right. All right, let me cut this down a little bit here. Just need to take like a 1/16 of an inch off. It's 1 3/8. I feel like if I take a 1/16 of an inch off, that's one little dot in your trimmer, it fits much better underneath there, because you don't want the crushed curry to show through, but you do want the dots to show the crushed curry. Okay. So here we are. Line that up. Again, you got some wiggle time here. And there we are. Is that better? Okay. So for the inside of our card, again, we're not going to pop it up. We're just going to add a little bit of glue. We're going to lay it down here. Amy, you're so funny. It happens to all of us. It's called the love of our craft. We love what we do, right? And we love sharing it with everybody else. And so literally, this is your card front. And so now that we've got that all set, let's just glue down the basic white here that we built our shaker on. And this already is popped up because of the foam, so makes that very easy. All right. Oops, that's kind of stuck down a little too much. Jen Chow. Okay, there we go. And there's card number 2. So fun. And when you open it, look, it starts raining. Whoop. I like playing with these. I got these kind of sideways in here. Isn't that fun? Who wouldn't love that? Okay, so that's card number 2. Here's the one that I did beforehand. Here's the one we just did together. So awesome, right? And so on this one, can you tell, like, I did not stamp off on the rain. So if you like that rain that's a little bit darker on the smoky slate, don't stamp off. So that's the difference. You can see which one you like better. Okay, so there's card number 2. Now let me clean that first. Hang on. Because then we're going to do card number 3. And I always keep little cutouts in a little plastic bag inside. I have one that I cut off just to mask. So if you want to layer things, so put clouds behind one another, that's a good thing to do. And I just keep it right in the stamp set, right? So let's do this. Put him here. There and there. Okay, that way we've got everything together. Okay, the third card is a gatefold. Okay, you brighten my cloudy days. I just love that. I just said I have to use that again. Here is that paper like I showed you in the very back. Hi Heather, good to see you. Thanks for watching. And this is the back of that paper we just cut the clouds out of. And you open it up, sprinkled with love. Isn't that so wonderful? So let's go ahead and make this. Okay, we have a piece of Pool Party card base. We have our scrap white. We have our crushed curry that we may have to cut a smidgen off again. We've got those 2 pieces, right? We have our basic white for the inside. So what I'm going to do is bring in my trimmer, my paper trimmer, and this is 4 1/4 by 11, and I'm going to score it at 2 and, got something on my arm, 2 3/4. Score it, not cut it, right? And then extend your arm out, and we're going to go to 8 1/4. All right, let's see. Put that there. And what you hope is that your gatefold goes together pretty well, pretty well. You want a bone folder, burnish all your lines, and that way it stays together really well. Okay, so we're going to take our fun clouds and we're going to just layer those up, right? So let me add this. Got some glue on there. Cover the cherries up. And we've got this. Just going to lay that down. Give it some time to dry, right? And then we're going to take our 2 pieces, which I believe are 2 1/2 by 4. Yeah, they are. So we're going to layer those up and get that all set. Again, with every $50 order, you guys are going to get this card kit for free. And it's using this host code 4 Frank 7 X-ray Henry 9 Bravo. And that allows me to see who orders and send this card kit to you. You will have to order your own silver sequins. And you will have to also select the paper, right? So the paper will be your free item that you select, and I will send you all the elements to the card already cut, ready to go. You'll just need to stamp it and die cut your pieces. All right, so there's that. Put that up on the front there on the top. I'm going to redo what I just did. I know typically we don't do the same thing twice, but this was perfect. So I just feel like people struggle through the winter. If you're in the north, it's really hard. not a lot of sunny days up there. So I used to live in the north, and it was depressing. Oh my gosh, it was so depressing. Like every day in the winter, it was so gray and snowing every day. Love it here in Charlotte. It's fabulous, and I have to say, we don't have any snow. If we do, it's here for 20 minutes, and everybody shuts down everything and goes home for the day. So it's kind of nice. All right, so let's go ahead and run this through the die cutting machine. And I think that's the last thing we need to die cut. Okay. Get that all lined up. There we go. That's good enough. Crank it through. Okay. So yeah, this would definitely brighten somebody's day. Even if they live in the sunny Southlands, they could still use a nice bright card, right? Everybody can use that. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and do the rest of our stamping. We're going to do the Sprinkle with Love, and I'm going to get my Smoky Slate back out and my little cloud stamp, and we will be stamping off again. So let me bring my paper back. Hey Sarah, thanks for watching. All right, so we got our little cloud here. I'm gonna stamp it off. Gonna go here. And then we're gonna do the same thing again. Go up here. There we go. Okay, and I'm also going to stamp my son, do him in crushed curry, and I'm going to go full strength for some love in that sunshine. Oops, lost my, come on. That's what happens when you use your stamps a lot. Time out, just a moment. Maybe it's dirty. No, it's good and stuck. Just wasn't on there good, I guess. All right, so back into business. Here we go. Okay, got that. And then we're going to take the beautiful shaded spruce, and I use Sweet Sorbet. And the reason I'm using Sweet Sorbet, it doesn't actually match the paper. It's really, really close. But I don't have a reinker for Poppy Parade, which does match the paper. And so I'm substituting and figured it was okay because it's not all on the same page. So just full disclosure. You can use one or the other, whichever you have. All right. So I've got 2 flowers and 1 stem. I also need my pool party for the other flower. Right. So I'm going to get my shaded spruce, which I love this green. I'm going to put 1 in the middle. I don't need this ugly paper. I'll get this out of the way. Okay. Do another stem over here. 3rd one over here. I have some of those dots floating around here from my die that I cut out. Okay. So I'm going to do Sweet Sorbet or Poppy Parade, whichever one you have. I'm going to get that down there. This one over here. Then I'm going to do my little tulip in Pool Party. party. Whoever had a pool party tulip? Not me, but this card will have one. Because I am creating it. You do what you want when you're creating it, right? Okay, put that down. There we go. Oh, I need my sweet sorbet one more time for sprinkled with love. Okay. Lay that up on my block. And put that right in the middle. So fun. All right. So, I think we have all of our stamping done there. So we can take this off. And we are going to finish assembling our card. I'm going to glue this down. And put that right in the middle. There we go. Take our clouds and we're going to use our dimensionals, probably the end of the dimensionals here. Only going to put them on the left side, okay? You only want to put them here. I'll just use the rest. Okay. You guys have any questions? Everybody's ready to go watch the game? Maybe you guys are already starting to... I think the game starts in 4 minutes, right? It didn't come all the way off. That's perfect timing. There we go on that. Got rid of those dimensionals. You brighten my cloudy days. Let me make sure. I think this needs to be cut a smidgen off. Yep. It does, it does. A 1/16 of an inch. Never knew 1/16 of an inch was so important, right? It is. It is. It is. All right. 1/16 of an inch. That's what it looks like. Teeny tiny. All right. Cut that off and let's glue this down. And line it up. So fun. I'm going to glue that down. Put that right in the middle. And that is our third card. A fun gatefold card. So you got this one. You have this one. And you have this one. Which one's your favorite? 1, 2, or 3? Which one is your favorite? I'm looking to see what you guys think. Oops. I think for me, probably my favorite, I think probably the shaker card. It's so fun. I love interactive cards. So fun. Okay, let me pull you guys back up here. There you are. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is the last Sunday of January, and I hope you have enjoyed all the cards that I've showed you today. Hope you're all doing well. And remember, this is a free card class, so you get the kit for free with a $50 or more order using the host code 4FrankFrank7. XH9B. That actually enables me to send it to you. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to be posting this to YouTube right now. And I hope this inspired you, and I would love to see what you create. Thanks for joining me. Have a good day. Bye-bye.